Here we have from Scalextric the AMC Javelin, American Motors Corporation, the smaller U.S. automaker that competed with the likes of General Motors and Ford and Chrysler at the time. And they wanted to create their own pony car to compete with the Mustang and the Cougar and the Firebird and the Camaro and the Barracuda. And their answer to that was the Javelin. And it was a really cool car. The first variation that was started production in '68, went through 1970. It came in two different variations. You had the standard AMC that had 4 seats, 2 doors, just like any other pony car. But then they had what was called the AMX, the American Motors Experimental. And this was a shortened wheelbase sports car. I mean, you could call it that, I guess, because the only other one was the Corvette at the time. But in 1971, the car changed, the second generation, which is what you see here. And then in 71, which ran from 71 to 1974, is this body style. Dropped was the 2-seater shortened wheelbase that we saw from 68 to 1970. But the AMX became a package, a performance package, where before, in the first generation, it was an actual car, a shortened wheelbase 2-seater. But AMC, they participated in the SCCA Trans Am Racing Series along with Ford and General Motors, and the car did relatively well. Now this one is unique in the history of the car you see in front of you. It began life in 1971, and it was a former owned by Penske Racing, which was Mark Donahue, which, if you've ever seen these cars, it was a red, white, and blue color scheme. But then it was sold to what you see now in the 1972. It was driven by Bill Collins, and it was sponsored, very interestingly, as you can see on the fenders, the Minnesota Fighting Saints. That was a hockey team. And then the Control Data Institute, that at the time was a Minneapolis-based supercomputing giant. And it's just such a cool thing, a hockey team and a computer data company, and they got this car. But it's such a neat story. And but the car, it raced that season, and it did pretty well. And just to get a better look at this, look at that, the Minnesota Fighting Saints, Control Data Institute, just such a neat color combination. Fighting Saints, that is so cool. But yeah, the body of the Javelin, it changed so much from the first generation Javelin and the AMX, but I really like this body style. It's just so cool. It had the very, if you want to call it swoopy, fender flares, a really long hood, short deck. Last chance, that is so cool. But yeah, big fan of the Javelin, always have been. But let's see. Yeah, there you go. Let's get this the body off of the chassis so you can see what I've done to get it ready to race on my Carrera Digital track. All right, we've got the body off the chassis. Let's take a look here. Interestingly enough, the Javelin compared to the Camaro and the Mustang, the Challenger and the Cuda, they were sidewinder, where this one is an inline motor. So that's neat. This one also has a rear light bar, so that's interesting as well. But you can see the crown gear still kept the original bushings. I have installed some NSR Super Grips, the original tires, even sanded and trued without the traction magnet. You can't keep it on the track, or I can't. Not to the point of really enjoying the car. You just gotta go really slow around the track. But and then also keeping the original Scalextric guide on here as well, that doesn't help. So I think really to get the full fun effect out of these cars to run without the traction magnet on a Carrera track, I'll have to upgrade these to the slot invasion guides that are designed for Carrera cars to run on a Carrera track. But we'll come to that later. But again, here's the Carson Digital Decoder installed. You know, everything else is pretty much the same. As I've said in some of the other videos, the Carson Digital Decoder is one of the easiest decoder chips to install. It's specifically designed for Scalextric cars, has the same cover plate as the original analog. Of course, you can see the sensor here that's already installed as well. So everything is pretty much done for you. You just remove the screw, unplug the main connection from the original board, plug it into the new Carson Digital Decoder, and then button it up, tighten the screw, and pretty much it's ready to go. So, but that's pretty much it. You know, fixed axle, no adjustable axle heights on the Scalextric cars. And, but no, there we go, knock that loose. But yeah, pretty simple. But let's go ahead and get the body back on here. I'm eager to get some laps in to see how this one performs in comparison to some of the other Trans Am cars that are sidewinders. There we go, not too bad, an 8.11. That's about average for these SCCA Trans Am cars. So I really think I'm gonna have to do a follow-up where I install the slot invasion guides on these cars and see how that improves performance. But there you go, Scalextric, the AMC Javelin 1971. Very cool car, great US racing history. But if you liked this video, thank you for watching, and if you could hit that like button, I'd appreciate it. And if you'd like to subscribe, there will be more videos to come. Thanks and have a good one.